Good morning. Beautiful hot summer's day in early spring. We're up on Val de Vie and during the building processes in the area, some of these public open spaces were quite damaged. The soil is compacted due to trucks parking there and what have you. So what we're doing today, we come in, we're clearing out the area of any aliens, of any rubbish, and we're replanting it. Now this isn't part of the biocorridor. So what I'm doing is I'm planting indigenous stuff, but not necessarily Renosterfeld species, although I will add in some of those. The idea being is to have a public open space that isn't perfectly mown and everything's clipped and tidy and what have you, and that then will become part of one of the wild areas of the estate. Of course, by doing that, we manage to keep the maintenance costs down, the landscape maintenance, and that means we can keep the homeowners' levies at a reasonable level. So my team are digging the holes. We've got irrigation in already, and we'll start planting. Now, it's mainly a hot slope. Remember, your microclimate when you're planting plants is very important. So on the faces here, I'm going to be planting water-wise or drought-resistant plants, so gazanias and things like that. They're also beautiful in spring, so that's all good. As we go deeper in, things change slightly down towards the lake, where it's more humid. And then we'll add in Watsonias and other indigenous plants like that. These areas, of course, are also developing their own little ecosystems. And sometimes we find very special stuff here. Look at this, Satyrium corypholium, one of our local satire orchids. This is the biggest concentration of them I've seen on the estate to date. So hopefully over the years, this population will develop. I can then remove some and move them into other areas. So they're special little places and well deserved of protection. So over a period of time, this will evolve. The ground covers will cover over the bare patches, and hopefully by next spring we'll have quite a startling show here. One of the problems we have though with these wilder patches of public open space is people seem to think that they're dumping sites. So we have garden refuse dumped in here. Please check with your gardening people, the companies or your gardener, and make sure they don't do that. Because after all, plants seed, and if you're cutting non-indigenous plants and the seeds are dumped somewhere, they will grow, and that's how a lot of our so-called weeds spread. Remembering a weed is just a plant that we don't want where it is. So please be careful of that. The other point is, of course, that because it'll be a wilder area, it becomes part of the greater Val de Vie ecosystem. We'll get birds and all sorts of cool stuff nesting in here. Birds that possibly won't nest in your garden will come here. And so our biodiversity of the estate will increase. So thanks for your time. Please, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Any questions, please don't be afraid to ask. We always try and answer.